Hello! In this episode of FUM0031, we are going to deal with my arrival to Finland. Some last sightings from Frankfurt and a little shop tour. Well, let's go on with that. The week before the last was quite rainy. Not that hot, but it was quite rainy. We got rain almost every day in the evening, sometimes in the night too, but luckily the days were quite dry, relatively dry. This is a view from my window. It's a very typical Frankfurt view, and when it started raining, it was sometimes really heavy. And as my flat was in the attic of this building, well, I could see the drain system, and it became immediately full. The last week, then, we got some really hot and dry air from Sahara Desert. And this created one of the highest temperatures I have ever encountered. The temperatures rose around 40 degrees Celsius, and it was horrible for an Arctic person as I am. And for example, sleeping in the nights were really almost impossible, because in the flat I had something like 35 degrees Celsius temperature like that. And well, and as is the habit in Germany, we don't have any air conditioning in these flats. So, well, natural cooling. Well, this is a fountain in Kurfürstenplatz. There is some history behind this one. I think it was built before the World War II. And, well, it's very nice that it didn't get destroyed in the bombardments. In the street level of this flat there was this ambulance carriage, and it was a continuous traffic of ambulances coming and going, and of course they were not so silent. Yeah. In the park there was this ping pong table, and then the people tried to relax with their cell phones. And the red color of this sunset is because of the dust from Sahara. So this is my goodbye to Frankfurt. Back home in Finland. It is not exactly silent, but the sounds are quite different. On our journey to the nearby city, we saw this moose crossing the road. It is not very usual to see these animals during the day. They are usually moving when it's dusk, and it's next to impossible to see them, and accidents occur every now and then. Driving into these animals with high speed will kill you. It's a big animal, and most of the weight is on a suitable striking distance of your windscreen. So the whole animal will come onto your lap if you drive into that one. This is a nearby city, Tammisaari. In English that might be something like Oak Island. Most of these old cities don't have any very old buildings because the buildings were built of tree, and this makes it so that they burn, because you have to warm them up in the winter and then accidents occur. And usually what happens is that the whole city burns. Fish is something that is a delicacy of Finland. It is very affordable, and the quality is, well, it couldn't be any better. The fish is fresh, and yeah, it's available. Visiting the nearby cafe. This was actually an agricultural place, and as a side business they have this cafe, and the surroundings are actually very nice. Well, here are the things I have been sending from Germany to myself. Well, a lot of boxes, and after ripping all the plastics around the things away and etc., well, the actual amount of stuff became quite small. Thinking that this has been something like maybe 7 packages. Well, some of the things, everything was unbroken, so great thanks to Post for that. So they didn't throw the things around. Okay, now let's see how where I have to put this stuff in. So here we are entering my shop. It's a little one, and it's really a mess at the moment. Well, a lot of things around here in different places and so on. So let's close the door. This all is, well, and there is my mill, and that one is very inconveniently placed at the moment. I need to move it from there to there. There is this big 1 meter in each direction metal plate on which this milling machine is going to sit on. That one is my lathe, but let's put some light on here. Well, the light switches are really, as I said, really inconveniently located. Have to go through this thing and then turn the lights on. Okay, much better. Yeah, okay. Well, this is my lathe. It's a Nova 25L, and well, this is the threading table, which was partially incorrect. Very nice when you are threading and you find out that okay, it doesn't match up with your findings, and then okay, I didn't clean it properly after my last job, so this is always not a good idea to leave your lathe like this, but that will be something we'll be dealing with. And then here, this one, sorry about this, this is not entirely machining, we are going to see some electronics too now. This is my dual power supply. It's a Finnish one and very stable, very good. It's an old analog power supply. This one is a Chinese power supply, only one. By the way, this power supply is such that it's the power supplies are isolated. You can set up them anyway you like. This one is really special, Alca something. So it can deliver 2 times, so 2 totally isolated power supplies from 0 to 2 kilovolts DC and up to 15 milliamperes. Doesn't sound like much, but it's really heavy and it's all adjustable. Then here up we have some electronic components. There are some transistors, more transistors, and then some fasteners and stuff. And these boxes contain my carbide inserts, etc. Something like that. There up we have some measuring equipment, and yeah, and then these boxes contain some varistors, the yellow ones there, some well, fasteners as well, and these grey ones are thermal insulators, insulators to conduct that are conducting thermal for TO transistors actually. Then these boxes contain well, there you have some dies, but these boxes contain surface mount components. All this first row. Then we have here electromechanical components, switches, lamp holders, whatever, and some regulators, Zener diodes. They are really useful at times. Okay. Then up there we have some LED holders all the way up, and then we have some crystals, some more regulators, then miscellaneous stuff, etc. A lot of things. Where are my screwdrivers? Only 3 of them are there. Okay, here is one. Well, and then this is normally fully crowded, but at the moment they are away. Okay. Then about the measuring equipment. This one is a very old-fashioned analog signal generator for audio frequencies. This one is a decibel meter for audio frequencies. This one is 4-channel Tektronix analog microscope, and on top of that, there in between, we have this counter. You can count under 1 megahertz, I believe. And then we have this Beckman. This was thrown away, but actually it was in a really good condition. This one is robust. It's a really durable thing. Then this Hewlett-Packard. This is a frequency counter as well. With this, I mean that one. This one is very stable. You can count up to 2 gigahertz with that one. And then here under we have a signal generator. That's Rod Schwarz from 9 kilohertz to 1 gigahertz. And this is stepless, yet it is phase locked loop, so you enter your frequency digitally, but the signal itself is generated analogically. So that's about probably the best way to do this. This is very accurate. If I dial in here something like 8 megahertz and then measure with that one, it will be 8 point and a lot of zeros, and then you might have some numbers there. So these two are really accurate. Then we have some measuring wires. A lot of them actually. And yes, all of these are really needed. And then back here, some of my stuff here up. These are the boxes with yellow labels in the corner. These are all electric tubes. Those are actually for transmitters. And then we have some potentiometers, and then oh, here is some tool steel. And then here we have some more electronic components, radio tubes in these boxes. And then I have a miscellaneous selection of tubes. All these here under are used but in good condition. Okay, and this one here, this is my induction heater project. Well, it's under construction at the moment. Well, yeah, being in Germany makes you that way that you cannot finish your projects, but this one will be one of the projects we will finish when I start here. Then we have some liquids here. This is yeah, brake cleaner, and then some oil, and this is for used in the lathe, I believe, and also in the milling machine. Well, during the winter it can become cold, so therefore we have this. Well, hopefully I don't need it that much. Then here in the wall we have old-fashioned resistors. All these here are resistors. Then we have old-fashioned capacitors, and then some ceramic inductors. High voltage ceramic capacitors, and by high voltage I mean something like 20 kilovolt. And frequency will then be maybe 100 megahertz. They tolerate a lot of, they don't have any power losses. So they do have power losses, but not so much that they would become warm. Okay. Then furthermore, here we do have some measuring, some panel meters, some bearings, There, if you look carefully, you can see. And then we have the full set of resistors here. Yeah. And then these yellow labels are capacitors, and then these are miscellaneous electromechanical components. Furthermore, connectors, knobs, some integrated circuits. These, for example, here in the middle, they are the MOSFET series, CMOS series, and then we have some TTL as well. And so on. And then I have this junk pile here. This is really, I need to clean this up. This is horrible. And yeah, okay. But yeah, so this is my workshop, and well, this machine doesn't, everybody knows what this is. This is just, yeah, it is what it is. I do have some very special machines. One of them is this. Let me take it out from here. I put it on the table here. Well, this is an arbor press. I have been using this. This is a really small one. If you compare my hand with it, this is really special. You just push it like this, and then it makes like a click at the end. It's in a very good condition. I have been using this for riveting. So you can, it's powerful enough to push a copper rivet in place. It's a really good thing. I just painted it, and yeah, it's a good one. Okay. So this was all about this episode of FUM0031 machining. I really hope you enjoyed it. Well, the weather here is a little bit cloudy, but very nice after that horrible hot spell in Germany. Well, okay, till next time, which will be real machining, not just virtual things. Well, see you!